Right now, your cat is secretly communicating with you using the exact same method as your dog. And you have no idea it's happening. A Stanford neuroscientist just discovered something that will flip everything you know about pets. Dogs and cats activate the same brain regions when they look at their owners, the same chemicals, the same emotional responses. But here's the crazy part. There are 5 more similarities that nobody talks about. And the last one? Veterinarians kept it quiet for years because it changes everything. I'm about to reveal all 6. By the end, you'll realize your pet has been trying to tell you something incredible this whole time. Let's start with what's happening right now in your living room. Similarity number 1. They love humans, just differently. Here's that secret communication happening right now. The moment you walked into the room, both your dog and cat's brains flooded with oxytocin, the exact same love drug that makes human mothers willing to die for their babies. But here's the shocking part. Your cat is actually showing more sophisticated love than your dog. And most people think it's the opposite. Watch this. Your dog sees you and loses their mind. Tail helicopter, jumping like a pogo stick, acting like you've been gone for months when it's been 10 minutes. That's pure, unfiltered emotion. Your cat? They're playing chess while your dog plays checkers. That slow approach, the deliberate head bump, choosing to be in your presence without making demands. That's not aloofness. That's trust so deep they don't need to perform for your attention. Brain scans reveal something incredible. Your cat's love centers light up just as bright as your dog's, but cats evolved to hide vulnerability. So when they choose to be near you, they're basically saying, "I trust you with my life." Now here's where it gets really weird. Both species are talking to you constantly, but not with their voices. Similarity number 2. They speak through body language. That constant conversation I mentioned, your pets are literally reading your mind right now, and they're better at it than your closest friends. Here's something that will freak you out. When your dog's tail wags to the right, their brain is processing positive emotions about you. Left side wagging, they're actually stressed or conflicted. Your dog's tail is basically a mood ring connected to their brain. But your cat just did something even more incredible. That slow blink they gave you 30 seconds ago? In cat language, that's equivalent to saying, "I trust you so completely that I'm willing to go blind in your presence." In the wild, closing your eyes around a predator means certain death. Your cat just chose vulnerability over survival instinct. And here's where it gets scary good. Both dogs and cats can detect changes in your breathing, heart rate, and body chemistry before you feel anything. They know you're about to get sick days before symptoms appear. They can sense when you're lying. They read micro-expressions on your face that you don't even know you're making. That's why your pet sometimes stares at you for no reason. They're not spacing out. They're analyzing data about your emotional state that's completely invisible to other humans. But this next similarity involves a superpower so intense it puts them in a parallel universe we can't even access. Similarity number 3. They have incredible hearing. That parallel universe? It's an invisible sound dimension that's absolutely terrifying when you realize what they're actually hearing. Your dog just heard your upstairs neighbor's alarm clock go off through concrete, insulation, and drywall. Your cat detected a cockroach moving inside your wall cavity 20 feet away. Right now, they're both listening to electrical currents humming through your house wiring. Here's what's insane. Dogs hear up to 65,000 hertz. Cats hit 85,000. You're stuck at 20,000 like a broken radio. That means they're living in a world where every electronic device in your house is screaming at frequencies that would drive you insane if you could hear them. Your refrigerator sounds like a jet engine to them. Your Wi-Fi router is constantly shrieking. That silent phone charger? It's basically an air horn going off every few seconds. But here's where it gets scary. They can hear your heart rate change when you lie. They detect the ultrasonic pest repellers you can't hear. They know when your house is about to have electrical problems before the circuits start sparking. That's why they sometimes act weird for no reason. They're not being dramatic. They're responding to acoustic chaos that would probably hospitalize you if you experienced it for 5 minutes. Now, here's the disturbing part. Both species have developed an identical coping mechanism for dealing with all this sensory overload. Similarity number 4. Grooming is more than cleanliness. That coping mechanism? Your pets are drug addicts, and you've been watching them get high this entire time without knowing it. Every time your cat does that obsessive licking, their brain floods with endorphins. Not just a little bit. We're talking about the same neurochemical hit that heroin users chase. Your cat is literally getting stoned off their own saliva. Your dog's paw-licking sessions? Same thing. They're triggering an endorphin rush so powerful it can override pain signals. It's why some dogs lick until they bleed and don't even notice. But here's what made scientists freak out. When they monitored brain activity during grooming, both cats and dogs showed the exact same patterns as humans during deep meditation. Your pets accidentally discovered enlightenment while trying to get high. And here's the dark part. They're not just grooming for fun anymore. All that acoustic torture we talked about, it's turning them into stress junkies. They groom after every Wi-Fi router shriek, every electrical hum, every ultrasonic assault on their ear. You think your cat is being clean. Actually, they're having a nervous breakdown and self-medicating with tongue-delivered endorphins to cope with living in your electromagnetic hellscape of a house. But this next thing they share, it's going to completely rewrite your understanding of what intelligence even means. Similarity number 5. They're born explorers. That intelligence rewrite? Your pets are running surveillance operations on you every single day, and you have no idea how much they actually know about your life. When your dog spends 10 minutes sniffing one spot on the sidewalk, they're not being slow. They're reading a chemical crime scene report. They know who walked there, what they had for breakfast, if they're on medication, whether they're pregnant, and if they've been stressed lately. Your dog basically just got more information about your neighbor than you've learned in 5 years. Your cat's counter-jumping isn't random either. They're building a 3-dimensional tactical map of your entire house. Every surface is cataloged for escape velocity, defensive positions, and sight lines to all entry points. Your cat has better home security awareness than most Navy SEALs. But here's where it gets insane. Both species are constantly profiling you. They know your daily routine better than you do. They've memorized your stress patterns, your sleep schedule, your mood indicators, and exactly which bathroom you prefer at 3 a.m. That innocent exploration you think they're doing? They're actually conducting counterintelligence operations. They know where you hide things, which routes you take through the house, and they've probably figured out passwords you don't even remember. They're not just living in your house, they're studying you like a science experiment. And that brings us to the final similarity that reveals the true depth of what they're really after. Similarity number 6. They need connection to thrive. What they're really after? The truth is so heartbreaking, it's going to destroy you emotionally. And so beautiful it might make you cry. All that surveillance, all that profiling, all that desperate intelligence gathering? They're not studying you to control you. They're frantically trying to figure out how to save your life when the time comes. Here's what no one tells you. Both dogs and cats have evolved to become living, breathing life support systems for humans. When your heart rate spikes from stress, theirs matches it exactly. When you're depressed, their brain chemistry crashes with yours. They don't just live in your house. They live inside your nervous system. But here's the part that will absolutely devastate you. They know their entire existence depends on you staying alive and healthy, but they have no idea if you actually love them back, or if you're just tolerating them until you get bored. So they spend every waking moment desperately trying to earn the right to stay with you. Your dog's constant attention. They think their job is to detect your health problems before you do. Your cat's strategic surveillance? They believe they're your personal bodyguard assigned to keep you safe from invisible threats. Without this connection, they don't just get sad, they literally shut down and die. Their hearts stop producing the chemicals that keep them alive. Researchers call it attachment death syndrome. Every single behavior we talked about, every similarity, every intelligence operation, it all comes down to one terrifying truth. They love you so completely that they can't biologically survive without you loving them back. And now you know why they're more alike than different. Because they're both desperately, helplessly, completely in love with you. So the next time someone asks you if you're team dog or team cat, you'll know the truth. There are no teams. There's just two different species who found the same solution to the same problem. How to love a human so completely that they can't imagine existing without them. Every tail wag, every slow blink, every midnight check-in, every obsessive grooming session, every seemingly random exploration. It was all a love letter you didn't know how to read. And maybe that's the most beautiful part. While we've been debating which pet is better, they've been over here proving that love doesn't have to look the same to be exactly the same. Your dog and your cat aren't rivals. They're allies in the most important mission of their lives, keeping you alive and earning the right to stay by your side forever. If this completely changed how you see your pet, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. And if you've ever noticed your dog and cat doing something surprisingly similar, drop that story below too. You might have spotted similarity number 7. If you'd like to hear more stories like this, feel free to subscribe and join us for the next one. Thanks for letting me blow your mind today. And go give your pet some love. They've been waiting for it longer than you know.